what is it?
Vertebral.
The same. Spinal cord. Yes, we are still with spinal cord. Transverse section, we can see where it's located. Inside the vertebral column, and it's called vertebral canal where it's located. But it's surrounded with meninges. And we'll emphasize now this question of meninges of spinal cord. How many? 3. The external one is called the dura mater. Dura mater. It's labeled as this yellow color. This yellow or orange a little bit. Yes, this one. Dura mater. Inside it we have the arachnoid. Arachnoid mater. And the internal one is called the pia mater. They are subdivided by these spaces. The first of them is formed between the periosteum of the vertebral column and dura mater. This slim, of course we say cavity, but in reality it's very narrow slim. So this one is called epidural space. So it's formed between the dura mater and the periosteum of bone. The next is called the subdural space. Subdural. Sub, it means below. So it's between the dura mater and arachnoid. So this narrow slim is called the subdural space. One more space is formed between the arachnoid and pia mater. This space is called subarachnoid space. Subarachnoid space. Now in detail, so dura mater, the main function of dura mater is protectiveness. To protect spinal cord and also to support it, because there are the frontally located ligaments to fix spinal cord inside the vertebral canal. Dura mater is to protect. Arachnoid mater. You see it has different trabeculas, it has also different cells like cages, and we understand that the role of the arachnoid is to provide the filtration of cerebrospinal fluid. Because it consists of channels, it consists of the cells, trabeculas, so it's for the cerebrospinal fluid drainage. Pia mater, you see, it's with the insertion of many vessels, and these vessels are the parts of the pia mater, and they repeat the relief of the surface, they enter the grooves, fissures. So the main function of pia mater is nutrition, trophic function, nutrition. What is located in the spaces, in the epidural, subdural and subarachnoid space? In the epidural space there are plenty of the venous plexuses. Veins are located here. External venous plexuses inside the vertebral column. Is it any types of the cerebrospinal fluid here? Yes, but very tiny amount of cerebrospinal fluid, nearly nothing. So fat adipose tissue and a lot of veins. In the subdural space, yes, we have some amount of the cerebrospinal fluid, and there are also venous plexuses. But the subarachnoid space is filled with cerebrospinal fluid. It's main reservoir for cerebrospinal fluid, and the fluid itself is formed in the ventricles of brain, but then it's drained towards the subarachnoid space of brain, subarachnoid space of spinal cord, and in the end of spinal cord we have the ventricle. It's called terminal cistern. It's near the medullary cone, located here. It's like the reservoir, the place for the collection of this cerebrospinal fluid. And now we understand why we need to have the function of this fluid below the level of the spinal cord termination, below the level of the second lumbar vertebra. With 3 meninges and 3 spaces located between them. It's meninges of brain. And one more question that should be asked already: the blood supply to brain. Due to the fact that it was your task for your last term, during next hour of our class you will have your review of the arteries and veins of spinal cord, and then I will ask you, we'll discuss it together. Okay, so break. Now we'll have break. So in total there are 3 academic hours. Yes, 3.